In Exodus, the second half, 16 and 32, that I split. Verses 16 to 32. Some more laws here. If a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to him to be married and sleeps with her, have sexual relations with her, he must pay the bride price, and she shall be his wife. If the father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he must still pay the bride price for virgins. Certain things, New Testament, that's a sin. All sins punishable by death, unless Christ forgives you, the true sacrifice. But in the Old Testament, not all sins will require the death penalty. Like this would have been a sin in the New Testament, it's a death penalty. Anyways, Christ forgives. God's perfect, right? Anyways, do not allow a sorceress to live. That's murder, to kill him. Anyone who has sexual relations with an animal, bestiality is to be put to death. That was obviously self-explanatory. Whoever dies to kill. Whoever sacrifices to any other god but the Lord must be destroyed. In other words, killed. That's destroyed. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you are foreigners in Egypt. So he mentioned 3 or 4 things that God won't tolerate for death penalty. Do not take advantage of the widow or the fatherless. If you do, and they cry out to me, I will certainly hear their cry. My anger will be aroused, and I will kill you with the sword. God doesn't like that either, what is just mentioned. Your wives will become widows and your children fatherless. If you lend money, here's something I want to say. To one of my people, Israelites, your brothers, among you who is needy, do not treat it like a business. Charge no interest. If you take, I'll come back to that. If you take your neighbor's cloak as a pledge, return it by sunset, because the cloak is the only covering your neighbor has for sleeping in. What else can they sleep in? There you go. When they cry out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. Do not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. Do not hold back offerings from your granaries or your vats. You must give me the firstborn of your sons, because he took the firstborn of Egypt. That's what he said earlier. Do the same with your cattle and your sheep. Let them stay with their mother for 7 days, but give them to me on the 8th day. But the children aren't killed of humans, of course, I said earlier, to redeem them, meaning with other animals. I think it was at least a sheep, not a donkey. Anyhow, you must give me the firstborn of your sons. Do the same with your cattle, your sheep. I just read that. You are to me a holy people, so do not eat the meat of an animal torn by wild beasts. Throw it to the dogs. Certain things stay today, like the Old Testament and a sacrifice are gone, but that's hygiene. You don't eat an animal that's already dead. You don't know if it's got diseases, how long it's been dead, right? Now I'll go back to if you lend money, don't charge your brother and a co-sanguine blood-related Israelite interest, okay? In New Testament, who's your brother? They came to Jesus to refer to his half-brothers out there, right? But he said, who's my brothers? Meaning everyone. Everyone's a brother to Christ now. Everyone must become a Christian. So if everyone's your brother now in the New Testament, do you charge them interest? See what I mean? It doesn't say not to. You can, but charge very little.